Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Rashika. This is Ifa, Nana, Aiman and Shakir from lecture group 19. Today, we are going to talk about polytetrafluoroethylene in cooking utensils. Let's go!
So, for my part of the presentation, I will be explaining and giving an overview about the polytetrafluoroethylene in cooking utensils. So what is actually polytetrafluoroethylene? It is known as PTFE, the short form name, or we call it as Teflon. So it is a fluoropolymer that used in manufacture of semiconductors and medical devices. The IUPAC naming for these materials or substance is poly 1122 tetrafluoroethylene. So we move on to the next part, which is the process of making PTFE or Teflon in cooking utensils. So the first step is we prepare surface for coating to help extend the service life and decrease the degradation of the cooking utensils and the Teflon. And the second step is we use grip blasting, which is high pressure steam with some grip particles, and the common materials we use is aluminium oxide. The next step is we provide the rougher surface for Teflon to attach itself to the surface. And lastly, we use a bonding agent which is known as resin, for example, so that the Teflon can easily stick better on the surface and it cannot be removed easily.
Moving on, the chemical structure of polytetrafluoroethylene is a polymer that consists of a chain of carbon atoms where two fluorine atoms are bonded to each carbon atom. The fluorine atoms surround the carbon chain like a protective sheath, kind of like a blanket or a raincoat. This makes Teflon a chemically inert and relatively dense molecule with very strong carbon-fluorine bonds. Now, let us look at the type of chemical reaction involved in making Teflon. The name of the reaction is addition polymerization, or more specifically, free radical vinyl polymerization. In the mechanism of this reaction, tetrafluoroethene monomers are suspended or emulsified in water, and then they are polymerized under high pressures with the presence of free radical initiators such as peroxides and ammonium persulfate.
Now I would like to explain the characteristics of Teflon that we all should know. The first one, Teflon have an anti-adhesion ability, which also known as low friction. The second one, Teflon is a great heat insulator, which we can say that it can maintain its shape even in a high temperature. The third one is Teflon is a chemical resistance compound. And then lastly, it is flexible and durable. All these four characteristics is important because it is related to the next part of my presentation, which is the importance of Teflons in cooking utensils. Moving on, I would like to explain some of the importance of Teflons in cooking utensils. The first one, it can prevent the food from sticking on the cooking surface. This is because of the anti-adhesion ability, or also known as low friction. The next one, it can provide a safe cooking even in a high temperature. As I mentioned earlier, Teflon is a great heat insulator, which means that whatever we cook in the Teflon cookware in a high temperature, it is not affecting the food or the cookware at all. So next, it can also help in the cleaning process of the cookware, since I mentioned that Teflon is have an anti-adhesion ability, right? So whatever food that's stuck on the surface can be easily removed by cleaning it. So next, it can maintain the cookware and food quality, and also can be used for many years. This is because of the chemical resistant compound ability. So any chemical that is put inside the cookware after years of using it, it is not affecting the cookware at all. So it is really great to use Teflon in our cookware. So if you guys wondered what are the benefits of Teflon in cooking utensils, there are some benefits that I found actually. The first one, it can prevent the usage of harmful materials in the cookware. For example, this plastic. When we use plastic, it can release gases and chemicals when exposed to high temperature. unlike Teflon, Teflon is a great heat insulator, so it will not release this type of gases and chemicals that may harmful to human. Second benefits is it can encourage the less production of plastic cookware. When people start to know the benefits of Teflon, they will start using Teflon and avoid using the plastic cookware that they know it is really risk for their health. And lastly, it is cost effective. Teflon is proven can be used or maintained for many years, even though there are no such deterioration that occur to the cookware, so it is quite cost effective for people to use.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today, PTFE is used in low-tech non-stick frying pan surface. Yes, it is the slippery coating in the cookware you use in your kitchen. It also finds use in high-tech exotic medical and hospital uses, such as implants, surgical instruments, and test equipment. Non-stick cookware is coated with a material called polytetrafluoroethylene, also known as Teflon. The safety of non-stick cookware has been under investigation for the past decade. Generally speaking, Teflon is a safe and stable compound. However, at temperature above 500 Fahrenheit or 260 Celsius, Teflon coatings on non-stick cookware start to break down, releasing toxic chemicals into the air. Inhaling the fumes may lead to polymer fume fever, also known as Teflon flu. Polymer fume fever consists of temporary flu-like symptoms such as chills, fevers, headache, and body ache. The onset occurs after 4 until 10 hours of exposure, and the condition usually resolves within 12 until 48 hours. That's all for me. Thank you.
Moving on to the next part is other uses of polytetrafluoroethylene and the example. So, firstly, other than used in cooking utensils, Teflon is also well known for its use in electronic. So, since Teflon is well known for its high resistance to heat, water, chemicals, it's always used in making electrical components. So, for instance, Teflon was used in the making of stylus pen that we use for our tablet or even iPad. This is because Teflon has low friction, which will smooth the glide when we are writing. So, apart from that, there are also cables that are made from Teflon due to its high resistance to heat. Second, Teflon is also widely used in automobile industry due to its good durability and resistance to heat and chemicals. Teflon will improve the quality and provide protection for our vehicle, and for example, we use Teflon coating on exposed part on our motorcycle, which is the main purpose to keep the paintwork undamaged for a long time even in extreme weather. Moving on to our next part, which is construction industry. Actually, the screw we use in our daily life was actually coated with Teflon. Teflon coated screw help to repel water and oil and even resistant to corrosion. Plus, because Teflon has low friction, screw can easily drive into multiple surfaces with less wear and tear on both surface and the screw. So, last but not least, Teflon is always used in the jewellery. A lot of people ask why we use Teflon in jewellery, and here is the reason why. We use Teflon in jewellery, especially for body like piercings. This is because Teflon is extremely flexible, non-stick, and cause less friction. Lesser friction will reduce lymph fluid, which is a white liquid that sometimes appears around our piercing during healing process. Thus, Teflon coated piercing can speed up the healing process.
In conclusion, the use of polytetrafluoroethylene in cooking utensils is like a beautiful rose with sharp thorns. Although it makes cooking and cleaning easier, we have to beware of its toxic fumes when overheated. That is all from us today. Thank you. And remember, cook smart, stay safe.